So here we are inside the draft viewer with Jeroen Canis in his second Pro Tour. Jeroen, let's get straight to the draft board.
Sure.
Here is pick one. Take us through pack one.
Okay, the first thing I saw was like the Kabira Evangel.
Yep.
Like Alice is really strong in this format. So actually my decision was between the Kabira Evangel and the Shepherd of the Lost.
Sure. Now, are you concerned that you've got two really great white cards there and that you're actually shipping the Shepherd?
Yeah, I was a little bit concerned though, because it's the first pack. There's always like a third pack coming again. So I was thinking like if I take the Kabira Evangel, then I got like a lot of potential to draft in allies.
Sure.
And I can just pick another color in the second pack and then go back to white on the third pack.
Sure, so it's more that it's an ally rather than that it's white, so that negates part of the difficulty with the Shepherd. Let's go to pick two then.
Sure.
So here we go. What jumps out at you straight away? Not a lot in white, although down here we've got the World Queller. Tempted?
Yes. I was really tempted by the World Queller and actually also by the Highland Berserker because that one would give me another ally.
So there's another ally? Yep.
Yeah. Just the Highland Berserker is not strong enough, so my pick was between the Plated Geopede and the World Queller.
Yep. So why Geopede in the end?
Well, actually, it was like my intuition, which said the Plated Geopede. I had to draft that one because I like the aggressive deck, and that one is like an early drop. And I really like the combination of red-white.
So it's a player preference, really. So you like the red-white aggro,
This is like a preference. Like I know it's like a little bit weird because I drafted white before that, but I think the Plated Geopede is the better card. And yeah, well, that was my choice.
And it suits you. All right, on to pick three. So here we go. What have we got in white? Shieldmate's Blessing, not terribly exciting. Armament Master, seen some constructed play in Standard, going and equipping exciting things there, Basilisk Collar and so on. Anything else that you look at apart from the Armament Master? Interested in an ally?
Well, actually not, because I already committed myself a little bit to white and red.
Yep.
To pick the green ally would be like really strange actually, because then I commit myself to three colors.
How about the other ally, the Tuk Tuk Grunts?
Well, actually the same reason as the second pack. I don't like late drops.
Sure. So this is the problem. It's the 4 in the red that's the issue for you there.
Yeah, actually yes. And besides that, I think the Armament Master also has like the great potential to become great. Like it's like a 2-drop for it's a 2/2 for 2 manas.
Yep.
In the worst case scenario, and in the best case scenario, it could be like much better.
All right, on to pick 4. And here's the 12 cards we've got. Nimbus Wings, Pillarfield Ox, not terribly exciting. This guy, wow, this guy's irritating to play against. It just wins games from nowhere, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think this choice is like pretty obvious. The Wineborn Charge is like the strongest card because you got ground creatures a lot in white and red. And the Wineborn Charge is just a great finisher.
Okay, so that's seat 4, Jeroen. We're going to move on to Patrick Chapin, coming right up.
Thank you.
So here we are in seat 5 with Patrick Chapin. Let's go straight into it. Patrick, let's take a look at your first pick of the draft. So here it comes up on screen. There we go. What are your thoughts? Walk us through pick 1.
All right, in this pack, it's obviously kind of disappointing. The power level isn't particularly high, but in this format, I kind of like blue and black cards the best, although I'm open to anything. And then I also have a slant towards allies that I'm always interested in. In this pack, nothing particularly jumps out at me, so I happen to like Skyruin Drake. Some people like the Welkin Turn better, but I like Skyruin Drake because I like a little bit more controlling when I play blue.
All right.
And then I actually consider Gruuljaw's Vampire, even though many of the cards are better, just because it might be a good time to go into black. But Glazing Gladeheart might even be the best card, but I'm still trying to avoid green a little bit. And so I ended up picking the Skyruin Drake, expecting Nassif to either pick the Glazing Gladeheart or more likely the Blazing Torch.
All right, now, does it make any difference that you're high up in the standings? Do you look around the table and think, okay, these guys are going to value certain cards more highly. If I try and force black, that's more doable because I'm at a top table, or that's impossible because I'm at a top table.
Well, the thing you got to remember is that now that there's the mixed format, the people who are all at the top table got there by doing well in standard.
And maybe they don't know about draft.
It doesn't really indicate too much about their draft ability. To me, the much more important thing was just my knowledge of, like, I've drafted with some of these people before, and so I have a little idea of some of their preferences.
Okay.
Like in this pack, with this pack, I actually thought that Nassif would probably end up going with Blazing Torch and move towards red.
All right, let's go into pick 2 then. Now, of course, one card is gone. Do you start off by thinking, what's missing here? Do you look at what's missing?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the first thing that jumps out is that there's no rare. So right off the bat, the fact that Shepherd of the Lost is in the pack, which is a very, very, very powerful
Super
card.
good, right.
Right, and then there's a rare missing. My opponent, I mean, the guy to my right, he could be doing anything, but that more actually indicates he's probably either probably black or blue or red, because they have much more of the better rares. But
okay. Is there anything other than Shepherd of the Lost you even consider in this pack?
I mean, I take a look at it, and actually what I did is I knew I was going to pick Shepherd of the Lost immediately, but I laid out all the cards and tried to imagine how the next several picks would go. With Giant Scorpion, Core Sanctifier, Magma Rift, I was trying to imagine, and Vines of the Vastwood, just trying to figure out where the next cards would go. And this, combined with the previous pack, led me to believe that blue would probably end up being open.
And that's something you do in every pack, I notice. Once you've made your pick, you'll then shuffle the boost around. So you kind of imagine he might take this down the line, and you see what might table 7 picks later.
Well, also, I remember what particularly this is important for instance and removal, but I try to keep track of what everybody to the right, or what everybody I'm passing to, what tricks they could have. Remembering how many cancels could have gone this distance and so on.
All right, on to pick 3 then. What do we get here? World Queller, obviously a great pick. You've already taken the Shepherd of the Lost. Anything else that you look at?
Absolutely. I mean, Merfolk Sea Stalkers is a very powerful card.
That was your choice, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And from the looks of the way things have been, it looks like white and blue, both excellent choices. In retrospect, I actually kind of wish I had picked the Sea Stalker just because I ended up with so many good 5-drops. But in this case, I just went with the most powerful card in my opinion.
All right, on we go to pick 4, and this is a really interesting pick. Now, it turns out in pick 2, there was a Hedron Crab. Here it is again in pick 4, and you did look at it for a while. You end up with Vines of Vastwood. First of all, why did you pick the Vines?
It was a little bit of a hedge because there was a part of me that kind of thought that I might get stuck out of blue, and that I'd end up playing green-white. And as soon as I made the pick, I kind of wish I could go back, because I was like, I should have just gambled with the Crab, because I bet the Crab would pay off just as often as picking the Vines. Because I knew when I picked the Vines that it was probably not going to make my deck, but I also thought that the Crab would probably not make my deck because I usually don't play the Crab plan.
All right, now as it turns out, pick 6, Hedron Crab. Pick 7, Hedron Crab. Way down in Booster 2, Hedron Crab. You don't quite like that one, right?
Absolutely. Would have traded any card in my deck for it.
All right. Patrick Chapin, inside the draft viewer on MagicTheGathering.com.